I say, is that one team, man? Man, sit down and watch some other people play a game and he have. Me buy him game. And I say, what if I want a new game you want? Whatever one new game you want, so I watch people play a game. Me couldn't understand it at all. Me not watch nobody play. Because I want to play too. Some I know go, but I guess they think different nowadays.
Yo, the game is immersive. May I show you a thing? See? Because my daughter, me never buy her a game, brother. Never buy her a game. And me another reason. That's why I'm late for the trad class, as a matter of fact. She just linked me and me another reason. And the reason they reached to a point where she asked about her brother, and I say, yo, the man, he no wake up yet. The man no wake up them time of day. But by the time we done talk, about 4, almost 4 years so. And you see the time, you know, see? And me get them for a chat and them a chat. And he might say, yo, me a stream, you know. I want to join my stream. And me I say, yeah, I want to join the man stream. The man a stream. So them say, you're streaming now? And he said, no, but I can. So
I like it.
Him fire up his system. So in the end, I say, I got a trad class in that because rare. So I say, wait, by the way, you never buy me a game? And me I say, yo, your strategy was different. Your strategy was a different strategy because your strategy was one away from game and it worked. But a boy pick me them and you have to deal with them differently. You have to have some different strategies for them. And based on the feedback where you give I and show me some of the things you're interested in that influence my decision for enhancing gaming. But the man, before him get so much into it, the man set up one night I wait 1 a.m. to watch one streamer because I not even know about streamer influencer in a game and sit now. I watch him a few times and see what the man them do. You see when I see the man them what them do? Pitney sitting the man them are streaming and playing, the man them a play a game and a chat and a behave like Pitney, you know. And me I say, wait, but you can't do them as sitting there, you can't do them as sitting there for me see you going like you're a comedian all the while.
Yeah. I'm a comedian.
Yeah. So me I say, yo, you can't do it. So me invest in it and say, yo, yeah, me not fight it too much and me manage it and make sure so them learn the ethical part side of it and learn about the safety and the do's and no, because me do some training in my work about safe use of the internet and them things. So when me do the training, them we just take them through the training, make them go do the training as well. They might not get a little certificate, but them awareness, you know, and them know what to do in a certain situation. Yeah, man, but it depends on a level. It depends on a level, and is a thing where the youth them can do from in a them bedroom, you know. So we know what the pitfalls of it same way, so we just have to guide them.
But it's so crazy, cause remember when me a youth a forward and me used to save my local lunch money for go a game shop, go play a game, at evening time.
What kind of game you play a game shop?
Then time I sitting there the top game, you know, GoldenEye, you know, James Bond, you know, I top game that. But one of my favorite to do me money enough a Ninja Turtle. I love Ninja Turtle and I love again Street Fighter. Mortal Kombat was big too.
Yeah, man, Mortal Kombat was big.
Too.
We never won a game, but because a community are living, we get to access certain things and see certain things because some youth could afford them things on campus. So we get the exposure and the opportunities to play when the top player them now play at some various hours because you know in our league, you know really feel
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you can't want Yo, one Nintendo, when I remember when I want to name Nintendo. What's the name
64.
again, man?
Nintendo 64.
64 a new Nintendo, man.
Well, the only
The
other
one
one was
before,
just
the one before
Nintendo.
64, just before 64. Eh?
Super
With Mario
Nintendo.
Bunny.
Super
With Mario
Nintendo.
Bunny.
Super Nintendo.
Super Nintendo. Super, no, man.
Yeah, man.
Before that,
Only
before
Super
that.
Mario.
Then Super Nintendo.
Before that, before that, before Super
64.
Nintendo.
Only the original Nintendo before that.
So now it met that, man.
The original, the man on Nintendo, no, the original Nintendo.
You know what name too?
Nintendo.
Nintendo.
I that me there. The old one we are pushed down, you sitting there.
Yeah, Nintendo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, never none of them. Them that did for
We never have none, but on you, the care one come here one time.
Just say did have one. You just
No,
say did have
me
one.
as, no,
You
I
just
have it
say
in my
that one.
possession.
You saving money that.
I have it in my possession. I didn't have it. I didn't own it.
Yo, that's scary. That's scary.
Yo, I have a big up the youth. My youth. I send caption name Pampas. I'm alias. I alias where I go by because more time you can't remember the real name, but we remember the alias. N Kuma, a youth from out of St. Thomas. The man they bring all the duck hunting, man. You see the man they are shoot, so you know, brother, and I ramp with them, you know. And we hours when the man they go on a bed, brother, we get a chance to play, man. Believe you me, but we appreciate love it same way because we get to get the exposure.
And I grew up playing millipede and car racing. You know millipede?
Yeah, racing was a nice one.
Yeah, millipede and car racing. That is the thing. Yeah.
A phone game, bingy gun pound, you know.
No, that's no phone game. That when you go in the arcade and the machines.
Up in my teenage years, you know.
Donkey Kong.
We just drop all of the Mortal Kombat and Ninja Turtle. We just go FIFA.
Right.
FIFA alone, I play. Up in a T. When me a big man, you know. I'll get you now, you know. Me I say, boy, I can't play a game no more, you know, because it's a game time and normal time and the same time, you know. Yeah, man, game time. Yeah, so you play for 5 minutes, man, and a 5 hour that man, a game time. But a 5 minutes, no normal time.
Social media now, people upon the phone.
Game time for like phone time. Reggie, you say 5 more minutes, you play for. When you check out it,
right.
You play 9 o'clock in night, you know. You check out it, a sun rise on that way, you know.
Yeah.
A sun rise, you know. And you have work a man, you know. Yo, game, a dangerous thing that, man.
Yeah, man.
Dangerous thing.
But it's the level on which it is now, right? You know, back in the day, your parents tell you, boy, that is nonsense. So stop playing games or whatever.
Yeah.
Now, games is a career. You can make a living playing games. You know, and it's good. It just shows you where society is, right? But everything becomes valuable in that sense too, right? You paying somebody for their talent. Like literally, like that's real skill, you know. You ever try playing some of them games?
Yeah.
Yo, it's real skill.
Game development in itself.
Yeah.
A serious
thinking.
That's serious business going on.
It's a serious thing. It's a lot of calculations. It's everything combined, you know, for a gamer, right? I mean, it's an overall understanding of how things really work. I think it's a good profession. If you're good at it, it's a good profession.
I say one time we pay with money or I run up with parents light bill. I run up with light bill. If you play a game, I run up the current. I run up the current. Yeah. I know we have to do you to play and I make money off of it. I said, you know what I mean?
Times. That's what the times demand. It demands that.
Crazy, man.
Yeah.
Play game and you have somebody, you know, willing to. And, you know, you don't want to talk about Ishowspeed. That youth sit down and play a game and know he's a multi-millionaire, you know. Become a multi-millionaire off a playing game. You know what I mean? Well, he came to fame by playing game.
But I also show you it had to be very intricate, right? For somebody to make in that kind of money. It means that the average person can't do what he's doing. Yeah. They can't do it. It's just he's exceptional in the field.
But I think it's all about in personality too, you know. Like him have the personality, and
But you
get
have the
joke,
skill too.
and he can play,
Yeah,
right?
he can
Yeah,
play.
and he can do
That's
other
the
things
word.
too, like you know,
Yeah,
because
he's marketable.
he's very athletic too. You know what I
Right, he's
mean? Very
marketable.
athletic, and him use the game and like branch off into other things.
Segue.
Yeah.
Which makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense.
Well, you see, what the concern I'm have with it? Yeah, it's a thing now where people are able to earn a living from this, and people is that means that people really get to release a lot of them pent up tensions and anxieties and so because of the stressful world where we live in, all right? But what I find is that I find that it's another means where them are used to program the youth them towards a desired behavior pattern or trend. And that's
Yeah,
the issue I'm have because like if you notice the youth them really move just like how them see the characters in the game them move. Whether it be on the road with the car, them where them getting at this jar riding and stealing car and them kind of style there. Or the violence and everything is just because right now when you look at even some of the TikToks what the youth them do, the way them behave in it is almost like how you see the characters in the game behave. You get a man say, and they know you go come with the argument of whether life imitate art or art imitate life. You know man say. But I think say on that programming side of it, may have an issue with it. And then on the other side of it is that it cut down the activity of the youth them as well, whereas them now physically do the thing them again. No, them like you say, your joy was to go play FIFA.
right.
But at least you was a youth that would have go play some ball same way within
Seeing.
your journey. But if them a youth and now them not do that. Them just
No,
stuck to the game and that them a deal with it pan. You see me? So those are the concerns I have with it. But as I say, we know the generational trends change. Like the things what happen in a generation, them change because every new generation are seek to establish them own identity, them own style, them own way of doing things where them can say, you know, this is unique to my generation or to us. Just like how we have that nostalgia about our generation growing up and when we think about it,
but I
we
think
have that
it's natural progression, though,
right,
Ras. Yeah, it's
right,
just
right,
natural.
right.
Yeah, you're moving from
So,
stage
you know,
stage
so I
to
just
stage.
outside of that, I just those
Yeah,
concerns me really have.
But the concerns that you raise are legitimate concerns because
yeah.
that is when it leads to a
You're
stage what I
echoing.
refer to as like is a overdose.
Mm-hmm.
You get to overdose on something, and basically you overdose and you lose control, and it start affect the mentality enough for the youth them and in an extent as well where you have content where the youths are being exposed to certain content that is not age appropriate. Those are some of the dangers with it. So it is a legitimate concern. That's why earlier on when I mentioned that I invest in the game, I also spoke about the courses, about the ethics and the safety of being online that I expose them to so they are aware. And if they want to do something, they have to explain all of those things. They have to do their research into whatever they want to do.
True.
And present that research and hear the arguments. You know? All right.
And Ras, it's very important that you brought up that subject too, right? And you're right in that aspect, right? And another part of it is this anti-socialism that it also brings amongst the youths, this
Even
separateness.
though them call it social media.
But yeah, even though it's separate, but it's separate them because now you have the ability to be autonomous. You know, you could be whoever you want to be, but in the meantime, you're not interacting with anything else but that console
True.
and whoever
Only
is
on the
behind that
media.
console. So the whole social structure breakdown where you children don't even want to go out and be with each other.
True.
They wanna meet each other online and play games online.
True.
That's what they wanna do. And that's their social interactor.
Ironically, I was watching Candice Owen last night, and she was interviewing Basad Yusuf. And they went on the topic of influence, how a certain particular country influence kids, and you know what I mean, make it drive it make we see certain people in a particular light. And she mentioned Candice Owen brought it up, or they use games, or they
game theory, it's called game theory.
They use games to make certain people look, you know what I mean, like the good guy, and make certain people look like the bad guy. And kids that see these things, kids, you know what I mean, it's like they don't know what's going on, but them seeing it. Like, this is the good guy, this is the bad guy. And then they play it, and then them grow and become adults and see the same way.
Programming.
Game theory, remember, it's a branch of mathematics, you know.
Yeah.
So when you see them things happen, they not happen by accident, you know. It's a branch of mathematics where it influence your decision making, where one party's action or outcome is not determined by the other if it doesn't change. So these are actual science.
That are using these things. Yeah.
But so it never switched, though. The so-called programming doesn't switch. It just takes on a different identity. So it's still programming in all generations.
As innovation,
through TV before. Yeah, it doesn't stop. It evolves.
It gets more sophisticated.
Yeah.
Because we're in a digital age now, so them can't.
That's why part of my youth element, them man, they love them football and them love outdoors. Them youth, they love outdoors. Them can't the outdoor, them in torment and you can't manage.
That's good balance. That's good balance.
So him have to the outdoor. Otherwise you can't manage him. That's why him they are foreign and him not there UK, because the space too small for him and night come too early. And them on the light for the outside, you know. So it's a balance. Them have to have a balance, and
it's important to have the balance, you know.
The creativity where I develop that is non-negotiable, you know. They have to do them or something. They have to go learn to play a little keyboard. Even if I just go up and I do so, and say me finish that, and that's supposed to be 15 minutes. Him still get a pass. As long as him do it.
So Ishowspeed. Where say that reason about Ishowspeed and now Okavango?
So Ishowspeed, I want them youth they were play a game and become famous. We see. I think I go on now with Ishowspeed where him depend on the motherland, and it's a you know what I mean, it's a big thing or a popular thing now. I see everybody talking about Ishowspeed in Africa. You know what I mean? But I think before he went, I send you a link. But I want you to play the link there, put it on the screen to see a discussion he had with his father before he went to Africa.
So you remember we talked about it with Brother Dulani?
Half year. Yeah. But he's in Africa now, and it's, you know, it's a big thing now. Like, the thing is now, people are saying that he's showing a different side of Africa, a side that Black Americans, because he has to be Black Americans, I've never seen before. You know what I mean? So we want to talk about Ishowspeed being in Africa.
No, but not only that, you know, before even that, he created a platform where he's getting young people into streaming, into YouTube, and showing them how he get to where he is. He's basically providing training. And a lot of the people who have signed up are Black aspirants and people who want to get into streaming, and the white counterparts were criticizing it to say that it's basically black-centered and try to push a narrative in the conversation. But if he is black and black YouTubers, even though there is no policy which says white streamers cannot join the platform, but at the end of the day, he says he's going to organize that and him get a pushback, and he was getting some backlash for that. And the point was raised that, listen, there are more people in Africa that are like you and will appreciate you. So take the continent for it. Go to the continent. Go and interact with the people on the continent. I don't know if that was in mind when the expert was saying that, or that was already, the tour was already planned, or he was saying it. This is an opportunity for you to do that and realize that your people will accept you. They won't let you down.
Well, either way it work out.
Yeah, man.
Either way it work out. Because I think
they were saying
he was getting like what, 250,000 subscribers a day or something like that?
While in Africa.
Yeah,
he's still there. I mean, he's still there, right? I think he's still there.
He reached 50 million while he was on the continent.
Yeah.
Which is a milestone in itself.
50 million subscribers.
Yeah.
Come on, family, let's bring Perfect Balance Chat Class to 50 million subscribers.
Yes, that's the goal. That's the goal.
Share, like, and share the video. That's how it is.
Let's go. Yeah, man. So, well, we can talk about the conversation, guys. It seems like you're having a little issue bringing it up. So, what did I say with the man and father now?
No, I have to fire up the system, because the app never did on the computer. You see me?
So he said that conversation with him father, and it was so. I think actually he's like 20. I think he's like 20 now.
Yeah,
21. He's 21.
21? Yeah, young youth. And he was having a conversation with his father, a grown man, obviously. And they're talking about them being African. Yaga?
Is in America. It's not in Africa. No. If both parents are African and they have a child in America, they're African. They're African American. No. If both parents are African and they have a child in America, they're African. They're African American. All right. That child. Okay. Because that birth certificate is in America. It's not in Africa. No. If both parents are African and they have a child in America, they're African. They're African American. All right. That child. Okay. Because that birth certificate is in America.
Yes, sir.
But anyway, that's enough. Yeah.
You get the gist.
Yeah. So them have a conversation about being African or African American, and his father was saying that they are American because
the birth certificate
he was actually saying that his mother and father was born in America, his grandfather and mother was born in America, and he knows nothing about Africa. So he's American. You know what I mean?
American African.
No, I change him after a while because I
the African.
Yeah,
American.
I defend the Africa.
American,
right?
African. Yeah.
Can I say America? I'm a defender, and Ishowspeed, his son, I show him said no. They are Africans. No matter where, no matter how long them in America, they are still Africans.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they even brought up Jamaica.
Right.
I must say Jamaicans are technically Africans. You know what I mean? They just, you know what I mean? They just left the continent. Yeah.
Not technically.
No, like you must say, like Jamaica, Africa. No, you must say Jamaica is Africa, not Jamaica. You must say Jamaica Africa because I be African. That thing did I say? Yeah.
No, they are Jamaican African, Jam African.
No, what I say is this, right? This is the thing on me I say. This discussion is an age-old discussion. It's a discussion what that's been around for a while. Like
what discussion?
No, the discussion, the discussion been around a while now, but normally it's the other way around.
It's the father try to teach the child.
The father try to teach the child, say you are African, but no, it's the other way around where this young youth that try to teach him grown father say with
Yes.
you know what I mean, we have all the experience on earth.
Kind of find it's always been that way still. That are the youth them come realize themselves.
That I cannot always be that way.
Me realize, right? Like me look on the tradition of even a Rastafari, see?
Yeah.
I'll use the tradition of Rastafari to make the point of my answer, right?
Okay.
The elder generation reject Rastafari. The youth come embrace Rastafari. And then them through them embracing of Rastafari culture and philosophy and ideology, them now start to teach for them generation, them elder generation. So listen, no man, we're Africans. Some find say that been the culture because so much programming was done to the elder generation to erase them African identity. That is like that it almost gone out of them because them create this self-hating of them. That the worst thing to tell them is that them African.
It doesn't make any sense. Oh my African.
You understand?
While if all right, you have youth to take up Rastafari and say Rastafari. The message of Rastafari, them still learning from elders. You know what I mean? At some point I come from the people before you. You know what I mean? The only things that it expand, it keep expanding. But normally, message, any kind of message, even the message where the colonial message where the parents before we get, it was elders are bringing it down, you know, and then it changed at some point. That change, you know, with somebody, right? But elders, you know what I mean, give kids message and say, okay, this is the way, you know what I mean? Yeah. Right. So me I say, you know, it never normal for a child to be teaching the parents, and we don't want that to be normal either, because
I think it's normal.
Normal, that should be normal.
Teach parents all the time.
What are you are right? What are you are saying, you know, is actually right. Yeah. But I think Dada is looking at it from the point of view of the majority of the people, of the youth, them come make them realize, say, yo, this are the trad. And
but just look upon it from parents to children. Right. I look upon it from parents to children, and I look upon it from the culture of Rastafari. And say, mostly the youth come teach the parents about them Africanness, because the youth them come accept it when the parents reject it. And the reason why the parents reject it are because of the colonial influence or them.
Right.
You get what I mean? So when the youth them come now and say, no, we not accept these things. We not accept these things, and we come really acknowledge and say, then we come show them. So and sometimes it
majority reject the message.
Right. It cause even a rift, because now the parents, because them hate this ideology of being identified as African so much that them would have even reject even them own child, because them come on and say, yo, we are African, you know.
Resistance on both fronts.
Yes, man. Yes, man.
It's accurate because it's an elder initially.
Them supposed to teach you.
So,
but Dada, may I say that even though within Rastafari that's how it happen, you know, that shouldn't be a normal thing, you know, because our parents feel sure kids say this is the way, you know. Ideally, so if we go. So I'm saying the same thing.
No, but wait. I would say this. A parent is supposed to build a foundation for a child up to a certain point. That child now learns on his or her own based on that foundation that was built, Roots.
Right.
That teaching that you're talking about, a child will teach you many things that you have not considered. Not only that, a little child will put you on a spot with a question that will stunt you. You will be like, why is that so? We're not talking about military a child to a certain point, you know. That happens naturally. But beyond that, children, let's say even teenagers, are bringing such pertinent information to youths that they now are driving you, teaching you.
And being that's natural evolution, you know.
And
that is very natural.
You know. It's not even information, you know. It's just a different perspective.
But
Because
yes,
the child
yes,
perspective
but-
and the adult perspective are two different
Yes.
perspectives.
But what we are talking about, learning your African roots, right?
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
foundation, like what you got talk about, a foundation teaching that
Yes,
we are
that is a
parents.
foundational teaching.
That should be part of your foundation.
Yes.
So that kind of message. And we're not talking about in the 60s, we're talking about, 2026 now.
2026.
It's 2026 now. And a
26.
child is still telling their parents that you're African.
Mhm.
But the parent said he's African American, right?
Under duress.
Originally, he was just saying he's
Under duress.
American.
Well, look again, it's a teaching moment
Under
where he
duress.
too accepts that
No,
he
under
is
duress,
African
Bingy, there's a
American.
difference. Because what it is, is like a cop out. It's like a cop out. It's like, all right, you're right, but
Yeah.
No, but he's right.
Still not
But
the America, so I will love for the African
he's right. Yeah, he's right.
Brother Dulani should have there, I know.
Him forward, man. Once him see it, him
Brother
forward,
Dulani should
man.
have there, I know.
Because him reason about it the other day. But what we have to
But then, Rash, but let's be clear,
Africans,
I think this discussion we having right now, when you think about the discussion, one dealing with nationality, right? You're Jamaican, you're Trinidadian, you're American. It's not just national identity. So that had nothing to do with nothing. We identifying your ethnic identity or how they view you ethnically or from that place.
Right.
Or that geographical place.
So
you're African.
The real question is, what is so bad about being identified as an
African?
Nothing.
That is the real question.
But you can't escape that identification, no.
But you can't escape that. We are talking about by choice now. You already have that ethnic identity now. But personally, you do not wish to.
Them are resent it.
Yes. You understand?
Yeah.
So what is the
that's part of the psychological programming that's been happening too, right? Identity crisis, how they beat that out of Africans then, so that they would no longer associate themselves with Africa, this demeaning place, this place where people live in dire poverty, starvation, all the negative you could think about roots is what they promote about Africa. You think that people who's been enslaved for over 400 years, a lot of them don't want to identify. That's been stricken from their thought roots, and it's amazing that we have this conversation now.
Yeah. Yaga, do you know if Ishowspeed brought his father with him to Africa?
No, I'm not sure if it's entourage.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I hope he's there. I hope he's there.
Because reaching the continent carry a different energy again.
Yeah.
He needs to experience it first.
Yeah, because Ishowspeed down there, and he's getting some warm welcomes. He's trying from
Ishowspeed is there.
Is there?
As a matter of fact, Ghana has announced that they will.
He's there.
Ghana will give him a passport, and it is causing some controversy again. I heard. I don't know what is the controversy, but this is something that Ghana does all the time.
Yeah. What kind of? How could that be?
Ghana gave Ishowspeed a passport. Gave him citizenship.
Maybe because it was expedited.
Yeah, possibly.
I don't know.
Because normally it takes some time.
Yeah.
But these things can happen as quick or as fast as you want it to happen if you pull the right strings.
If you have the money.
So the thing now, Ishowspeed in Africa, and he's showing what I love about it, him being down there, he's not just going around, because normally when people go to Africa, for the myth, to go against the myth that Africa is a bad place, they normally show the cities. They go to Accra, they go to, they go to Joburg, and they show the beautiful cities. But Ishowspeed is showing something else. He's going into the villages. He's showing the normal people. And that's what I love, because, that's what I always want to see of Africa. I don't want to see this, because cities are the same. no matter where
and a
they
lot
are.
of celebrities, when they go there, they have their security, so you can't even get close to them or have access to them. And he's there.
You
on
know,
the
I'm
shoulders with the
participating in
other
everything,
people.
man. I'm
Brethren,
participating in all of the thing, them, man.
he's meeting the cultural people, the people them, you know what I mean, who didn't lose their culture, you know what I mean, who still uphold their African culture, you know what I mean? And he might participate in those things, and yeah, see those things, you know what I mean? With him, and I love it. I love it.
He's surprised to know that it's 2018 in Ethiopia.
Yeah.
Oh, he was surprised to know that.
Yeah.
A lot of people were surprised to know.
And him start think a whole lot of things, and I said, oh, Ronaldo would have been this age. Ronaldo is this age then. I am this age because if it's 28.
You know, say work still.
He was excited to see him immersing himself in the culture and being among the people, you know, and reaping his just reward, because the people love him on the continent, and he met some different characters who, you know, they had some great fun, and they get.
Next thing to Yaga. Next thing to Yaga, right? Them teach us this rhetoric that, you know, the Africans on the continent don't love the Africans in the diaspora. And as a result of that, a lot of the Africans in the diaspora kind of don't like the Africans on the continent. You see me? But when they see these things, it make you realize that those things are just myths. I just think them try to use to separate us even more. Because every situation where I've seen where the Africans from the diaspora go to the continent, me see them get love. You see me?
That's all you get.
Yeah,
that's all you get. Let me tell you something. I especially, as you say that, right, Ras, the love that Africans in Africa express to you, man, is so undeniably familiar, in the sense that, brother,
the connection is there.
Yeah, man, the connection so deep, the way they treat you, how they accept you. That is what is make it so amazing, Roots, when you get on the land. Now, even you're from the West, you're not thinking you can live there, no. All you think about is how to live in Africa.
Yes,
when you touch the land, you're not even thinking about, boy, I'm from Jamaica, I'm from Trinidad. You think about, how do I live here? That's the vibration you get. But one of the things I love too about African Roots is they identify their tribal, they identify themselves tribally. And I love that. I love that because they'll tell you what group they're from. They from Hadzabe, they from the Maasai, they're gonna tell you. I love that.
Not only that, too, they might identify you from these groups too.
Yeah, but I love it. I love that aspect, that traditional way that, you know, so they could tell you what they do within their ethnic groups, like how it's different from another. I like that. I love that, man.
And they have these things that they call totems, that they have an animal name, and each one has its significance. So each one in that family or that tribe will belong to that animal. Let's say they're a lion.
Yes.
You know?
And then you have the characteristics, right? I was fortunate enough to go to a Maasai naming, right? Where they named me Saitoti. In Tanzania, which was something amazing, you know, for people that accept you as one of their own. They see you and say, no, you Maasai, you know, and go through a naming is very, very enlightening, Roots.
I think it's the most. What that I said earlier, that about the division that they've created among us, so that we see ourselves as different. These are
that's psychology, brother.
Strategies that they are using, you know. These are deep science and theories and that they've practiced over the years. And we talk about game theory earlier on, where they influence decision making. They look to see where the problem is and they exploit it, and they amplify it using their media.
Yeah. No,
So we
man,
have
I
to
just
understand
continent.
these things and these forces that are at work and realize that the only way we can overcome these things is to embrace I and I identity and embrace I and I culture, because we were separated from all these things. And it came to a time in the 60s when Africans say enough is enough. This leadership doesn't represent us anymore. And they fight colonialism. They fight colonialism. And a lot of countries got independence, but we can still see that there are elements of neo-colonialism that is still remaining, which is even holding the continent back, because they've replaced colonialism through neo-colonialism. Brother Dulane, welcome to the chat class.
Rise
I
up.
can't wait for forward, you know.
Yes,
Yes,
greetings, Brother
yes.
Dulani.
You
Yes.
don't know. It's so silly, man. But yeah, man, but bless up everyone and rise up. And yo, the discussion is very, very vital, very vital, very timely, and very important, Yes, man. What if angles to analyze this thing are from? See it. And I think, we have to start with the damage, the damage of enslavement and colonialism has distorted the vision and the views of many Africans around the world. But what is important about Ishowspeed is this generation is probably being exposed to Africa for the first time through his platform. We, our generation and the one before us, was exposed to Africa through
Filters
movies.
and lens.
Yeah, through movies, documentary, Jack Cousteau. What the other one name from BBC there used to go to Africa, go film the animal them, and then the cartoon. They speak Africans and cook people in a pot and all them sitting there.
Right.
So we get a dose of that. We get a big dose of that. But this generation, we not even know what they must see or they must see Africa.
Get
I
it,
if
get
Africa
it.
I if Africa even depend on them wavelength. But I should speed put Africa upon them wavelength, upon them frequency. Probably for the first time. We're talking about the so-called Gen Z them, The
Yes,
one
sir.
them the one them were distracted by the video game, distracted by the 24/7 streaming and Netflix, and then it's gone. The attention is monopolized by the social media company them. So them getting a very limited drip view of Africa, and never this extensive diversity of African culture in its rawness, in its naturalness, have been actually done on this level to so many people at one time. So we have to big up the Ishowspeed production for doing that for us, because we needed that. See, because many times we don't have the resources or the platform to really expose Africa, or we want to.
Sorry.
Before
Well,
Ishowspeed, it was Watermeyer. Watermeyer was doing a tremendous job of exposing Africa and connecting African people around the world. And I was really applauding him for that. He took and then African Tigress, as another Kenyan woman now, she's carrying it on another level as well. So I have to big up those who have been doing the work with smaller platform. When this a platform now kind of gives it that boost it need now. And so Pan Africanism now have to take this opportunity now to push Pan Africanism and push the solution that we need on the continent. So yeah, man, very big discussion. Good discussion, man.
sir,
Give thanks.
you have a girl as well, right? As I talk about these other people who are doing this, this girl, she's a model. So like you see her on these international modeling shows in Milan or all over the place, right? But she does her YouTube channel, like she'll show those things as well, but primarily she'll show life in her village in Africa. And when you watch it, it just remind you of some days when they used to be a country, and there's a country life there, a
Yeah,
country
man, love
style there.
that.
See it? Yes, man. So it's like I think her name is Akech Joy Winnie. That's her YouTube thing. Akech Joy Winnie. So you know she do her thing as well, my brother. Where trust me, it's like a lot of stuff. I see it's a lot of people doing it, man.
Yeah, man. Nowadays, if you want to find them thing, they have a lot of people. You have some. I think I can't remember her name, but she's like a tribal lady. You know what I mean? And they stream out of the village. I think they're from the tribe in Kenya. What's the name again?
I think I know that one. Then I think it's called Village Life. Village Life.
The village, yeah, man. From
Yeah,
Kenya.
man. They from Kenya, yeah, man.
The
And
tribe
them a
name
building,
again, man.
and them a build. When we love with them, then there's a build them community using the social media, using the YouTube revenue, and every day them a build industry, a build house. And there's a transformation is taking place in real time.
So you have a lot of them in Africa. We have a lot of them in Africa, but what Ishowspeed is doing is just bring it to, you know what I mean, and some another dimension, America then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because most of the other platform them are we go seek them out like as Pan-Africanists,
Yeah.
as nostalgists. You know, see it. We go seek out them natural liberty there. But Ishowspeed I bring it to the generation that we now pay attention. Who wouldn't even look into it.
And the good thing about it is mainstream, so you bring it to the mainstream, you know? So now you see a lot of the same BBC pick it up and the CNN them pick it up now.
Right. Exactly.
Wanna big up African goddess. Look like she just sent us a little blessing. So we do give thanks African goddess for the support, you know? Give thanks for the support. And bless up all of the ones that move in the comment section as well. Bless up the ones that move tuned in, you know? Yeah, man, which is right. You know? So like we say still the real energy here is the satisfaction that we really see of the youth, because the concern has always been that it's almost as if the youth are gonna be completely alienated from them African identity. So when we see the youth coming to it and embracing it and saying, you know, and even defending it now, because now the person who you're gonna credit for most of the things you learned as a youth is your father. And when you can come to your father and say, no, but dad, this is the reality, you know, and you can defend it, you know, it's a great joy and a great energy to see that, you see me? And we just hope, as we say, we just hope that the dad was able to make the journey as well, to make that sojourn and really see and sight the real mystic of the continent. And hopefully once him land, it will spark that reconnection. Because generally that's what happens, where even if
it's automatic.
Yes, man, even if you're not of that mindset, once you go feel that connection.
The DNA wake up.
Yes, I.
That was a powerful.
I want to tell you, when we tried in our chat class, and I showed this morning, see? This
Yes,
is not people the focus of the reasoning where we are going to deal with or we intended to deal with.
Right.
But it happened that my youth walking in his studio and the man them hear him and him no sound, him no hear the man them. And the man them say, yo, forward, what you doing? I go around here, or you know, come say hello, and they might give them pay tough talk, you know. And I have vacancies to give to, and you can't beat him because you're wrong. But through him busy, I do a little streaming, the same as streaming game, and I say, yo, I encourage him in game development and encourage him into a game, and I buy him some assets or game things to get involved in a game to the extent to him a stream. But him sister say, oh, me never buy him a game yet. And I say, yo, quick thinking is a different strategy. Your strategy was different.
No, but you know what, no, Yaga. You know what, no, Yaga. It's like it's a next psychological thing when them put power, you know, because I Mari could have said, you never buy him certain things when you buy your daughter. You understand what I say? So, you know, it's like them have to learn how to know, say, yo, you have to value the things that you have. And you can't worry about the things that you don't have.
Put in a rock and a hard place.
She said, thank you, because I said, your strategy was a different strategy and you're very successful. And you have the opportunity now can do some things where you wouldn't be able to do. And me now have to step back and allow you to do it. I'm not micromanager anymore because you learn the foundation. You can go do it in strategy as a boy, and boy pick the different. You have to deal with them and manage them differently.
So some of them young streamer, they know a ton breadwinner now in the family, you know.
Yeah.
Them massive.
I show
Them
physically
massive.
that's the film family now.
Oh, long time.
Yeah,
For them at
man, we have
16.
to manage them, you know, and mentor them and guide them because we know the pitfalls of it, you know.
Ishowspeed become a millionaire when I'm about 16, 17. So, yeah, a long time. Yeah, so they.
And them introduce the influencers to we, you know.
Yes. So you see,
we don't know about influencers. I talk, a reason I say, yo, we see them and watch the influencers, them play a game.
Yes. And you see the reason about the intergenerational transmission is a very important reason, you know, because what both sides say is actually important because the older generation has been hard to change, and the new generation will normally come with radical ideas and break away from the domination, the colonial domination, the psychological enslavement. And normally the new generation will come and say, listen, we can't take this no more. I follow that. We are pretty we need a robot. And we not no changes. We have to do something different. So we have to big up the new generation who say, listen, man,
Revolution.
yeah, we have to try something new. We've been trying to get away for so long, and we're not getting nowhere. You know, see, let's try a new way. And remember saying, no, for we are reading new books and new material where the older generation never even exposed to. So we start sight up now.
The Bible alone them exposed to.
Exactly.
They say everything written in that book, you know.
But that's not you have to mind yourself, you know. You have to mind yourself how you approach the elders them still in your car and go disrespectful.
Of course,
Yeah,
of course. They know what they know.
You get all your teeth lick out, so you have to proceed with caution. Or you relay that information. They go tell them say Abraham is a myth. A man, you might not get the dinner for all a week.
And hey, I know it's a natural thing, you know, revolution is a natural thing, you know, where
you
see the education while we're talking about it has to come from the elders, you know, but see the revolution part, it has to come from the youths, you know. A youth fight war, you know. Anytime I fight in a youth that, you know, because them strong and them fit, you know, them strong and them fit, you know. And something in a youths where us, you know, I mean, we want to fight, you know, so you have to give them something to fight about, you know. So like we give them Africa to fight about.
When you say that, you know, it make you even know more now why you see the youth them under such a great attack. Because them distract them from the real purpose of them life and them struggle and them identity, right? So now that anger, cause all of these things, this my anger mazi, what we go through, right? That generate and breed a anger in the youth them, you know. But that anger now, instead of being directed at the ones who really put us under this injustice, is being directed at their own. And that we see that as a big issue as well. Let's see me.
Yes, I.
So this brings us into the reasoning what we really want to reason about today. Bingy, you want to bring up the white farmers in Zimbabwe where I call for Trump to them rescue?
Who want link Ishowspeed and make him go over Zimbabwe, go see them and go on over them.
Well, we need to find out go on. We need a correspondent. We need a correspondent.
Oh, for the white farmers in Zimbabwe. So the white farmers in Zimbabwe are asking President Trump to come liberate them. Give them back all the lands that were taken away from them under Mugabe. And rightful
They
compensation.
want
So
reparations.
they want reparations. So they're calling on Trump, President
Brother,
Trump, to come and
what's
give them
harder?
reparations in Zimbabwe.
But so them get some money already out of the land reform deal, right?
Yeah, but not all that
Did
was
they?
No,
actually.
Then
Did they?
they get
what, 3
billions.
million? Them get
Yeah.
3
No,
million.
billions. Then give them
No,
billions.
the agreement is for billion, 3.5
Billions.
billion.
Yes.
Yeah.
But them get 3 million
Yeah,
already.
they get 3
Oh, okay,
million.
okay,
Yeah, them
okay.
But
get 3
that's
million
enough.
First
already.
That's
installment.
enough.
Yeah.
That's even
But
more than enough.
That's too much. That's too much.
They
That's
get
too
too
much.
much. Too much,
Right.
too much, too much.
So you want to tell me that you steal something,
People land.
And
steal
get 3
something,
million
and
for it.
somebody decide to come say, all right, give me my thing, and I will give you. So whatever I will give you, and you are still not satisfied, even though I steal, it wasn't yours in the first place. The owner
Right.
said they want it back, and will even compensate you for giving it back, and you complaining.
One of the problem is that the marks them say, where's the paper where you have for the land, white man? Where's your paper there?
Right.
Yes.
Not for
Where
them
the
now, no
ownership?
paper for it.
Mhm.
Who sell you the land? How you get document for the land? They can't
Right.
produce nothing.
Yeah. Because
So this
Yeah,
is
you
but
originally
But
took
the
the
thing I
land
get to me
away
though, the
from
thing I get to
people.
me though is every time something like this happen, the Haitians them fight the revolution, the French get reparation,
Mm-hmm.
right? They the Africans in South Africa them want reparation. Now these people in Zimbabwe them want reparation. So I say when black people get some reparation, when African
And
people
who
get
them
some
a call to?
reparation.
Who them a call
But
to for reparation?
why
Lord
should they
Almighty.
get reparations? Why
African
should they
people,
get no? Why
African
should
people.
these white people get reparations? That's what I want to know.
Because they're
Reparations for
white.
what?
Because they're white.
But for what? But for what?
It's just because they're white.
So you get reparation just for being white?
Yeah.
No,
Because nobody else
White privilege.
get reparation for stealing other people's things.
because reparation is about power. It's the
But
power
them set
dynamics that brings
precedents.
about
Them set
reparation.
precedents.
But
Because even in America, me hear them a talk about white people forget reparation.
yeah.
The civil rights movement in America will come
Right
and
now.
equalize black
Yeah,
people.
I
And
heard
when black
Whoopi
people
Goldberg
became
talking about it the
equalized,
other day.
Mhm.
that means white people deny opportunity because black people got opportunity.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
a
So what
twist.
about all
That's
them
twisted.
centuries prior to that
Yeah,
where
but
black
that
people
no.
never get no
But
opportunities?
this is the kind
Legendary,
of twisted mentality that they have. These people are so insidious and vile in their thinking that this is all they do. And when these people got
Mhm.
power, it makes it even more insidious
Dangerous.
and obnoxious. The kind of twisted logics that they come with to disrespect us,
Yeah.
It's disrespect.
The legendary Peter Tosh says, everyone is crying out for peace. None
No
is
one
crying
fighting
out
for
for
justice.
What
justice.
about justice?
The thing is, what these people want, they want to do all their atrocities and then make peace and move on like nothing happened. But we have to get justice. You stole this land,
Mhm.
right? You stole this land, so we need justice. Give back the land, and we can live, and we can have peace. You
And give us
cannot
some
have
reparations too,
peace
because you make a lot of
until
money out
we
of the
get
land when you did a
justice,
bit.
right? They always want to just move on and keep everything that they have, like everything is okay. No, not okay. We need
But
justice. The justice is you steal this land from us. No, you know what I mean? We are landless people on our own land.
mhm.
Anywhere
And it
else
cannot
in
be
the
like
world
that.
this happen. Anywhere else in the
That's
world
how
this happen.
But
that's how
I
capitalism.
don't think the people who are committing these atrocities could be held towards some kind of accountability as far as justice is concerned. And I'll tell you why. They don't know what justice is. Or else none of this would be occurring. And I don't
Well,
think they will ever know what justice actually is, Roots. We can't put that on them, They just don't understand those type of things exist in nature roots.
No,
They
Again,
too
but it's
far
about it's the
removed.
again.
power dynamics, not
They
is.
too
It's the
far
power.
removed roots.
Mugabe,
Justice will.
Mugabe let them find out what justice is. And
Yes.
when they feed the justice, they didn't like it. And that's
Yes.
why they put
Yes.
and their friends put so much pressure on Mugabe and now
Of course. Crippling.
Mugabe for
They've been
say
under
he
sanctions
destroyed the
since
country.
1990.
Yeah.
Huh?
And we,
Cripple
yeah,
Zimbabwe.
They cripple
and
them and
we,
act like it's
Cripple
Mugabe do it.
Zimbabwe.
Almost 40
Yeah.
years now.
Yeah.
and we have to enforce justice.
Yeah.
Just have to be enforceable by the revolutionary forces. We
Yes.
can't
Yes.
expect them. We can't
Yes.
expect them
Not from them.
No.
to enforce justice for us.
No, they're not.
It never will happen.
No.
You have to get
No.
your own justice, man.
What I
Own
say, you have to
justice.
remember, so the system will go implement these policies and these things, is geared towards their well-being and their benefit. It's not
Yeah.
geared towards ours. So them already set precedents when them pay France reparations for what them do in Haiti.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the precedence is set under their system to say, oh, are the oppressors get the benefit, and them reap the benefit
Yes.
because the
Yeah.
system geared towards the
Right.
oppressors.
So you can never get justice from them.
No.
Yeah. Ever. Ever.
Right, but to go on a world where the Trump fellow is saying that they want back their oil from Venezuela. They want back their Panama Canal. So I guess that's why it's emboldened. That's what emboldened the white people in Zimbabwe said they want back their land.
Well, if everybody get by them things, want to we.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
They want back Cuba.
I remember, pressure on South Africa too.
As a
Yes.
Yes.
So, yeah.
The president said he had a word with the president in counterpart in Panama and said, oh, we had an agreement. We gave you the land. We gave you the Panama Canal. And the agreement is that if you don't want it, you give it back to us, and you gave it to China. China have no place here. You should not give it to China. We want it back. And we said, we want it back without a shot being fired, or we have to use force. And he's agreed, and we're getting back Panama Canal.
It's naked power, man. Naked aggression around the place right now. And I'm not telling you, say, this is even more motivation for get the Continental Army up and running.
After, man.
I tell you, man.
After.
We can't be blind. We can't be blind anymore, Rasta, and tuck our head in the sun. We have to see it for what it is. You don't see Europe are realign themselves. Everybody are pivot towards China.
Yeah, man.
We need to pivot towards ourselves now.
Yes,
As everybody contribute. Every nation in Africa must contribute a 5,000 troop. I even not 10,000, depends on your size. And Nigeria must come put up all 20,000. You see it? A smaller country between them look 5,000. And everybody just build a big continental army. You see it?
Need more than
Here's
that.
the problem.
We need more than that, but we have to start as a contribution. Every nation.
They have to start, but they have to be able to do it in such a manner that nobody even know what they're actually doing. And that'll be hard. It'll be hard.
Yeah, I mean,
they have to do it in a manner where nobody know what they're really doing. You know why? Because once people find out what they're doing, they'll jump in.
Because I saw you do these things.
So it go, you're not allowed to have certain things.
Once them know.
Once they know.
The structure.
I mean, the sabotage.
They're going to come in with some pretense, something, and they're going to destroy it like they normally do.
But I think we can do both. You know, we can do stealth. We can do stealth operation, and we can do overt operation in terms of the regularized army. That have been done in a public where you do drafting, people volunteer, all of that. And then you create another force now where you know say that there is under top secret development.
The mission must be
forces.
We see a lot of alliance going on over the world with people, you know, with the Arab, them tribe be that thing.
Yes.
You know, everybody see them try build something. You know what I mean? And that's the way to go. So I don't think.
And the thing, we need our own communication tool, like in terms of the satellite. Me say Burkina, I plan for Burkina Faso, I plan to launch them own satellite.
Satellite.
All three of them I try for launch one.
Launch it with satellite. So that is
You have to
vital.
do that. You have to do that, brother. And you have to
Yes.
protect it too. You have to protect
Yes.
it too. And
Because you have to have your own communication, your own cryptographic communication where your thing is between
Remember,
you.
I said the internet, used to be a military communication, And
That's
when
correct.
they realize certain things, them just make it look available to the people, because it defeat the purpose of what they want to use it now, because people are hack it and them stuff there. So I said, you have to have something where you have sole control of it, and nobody can just.
Them collect your data easily.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, we have to have data sovereignty, we have to have digital sovereignty, Rasta.
Yeah, man.
Digital sovereignty have to be a big part of the future. Protect your own content, your own communication network.
What next thing to what, just like I said, even about doing the military as well, like the countries have to realize defense have to be a major
part of the operation. Yes.
Yeah, man,
yes.
It will be a major part of them planning. You can't just say economics. You have to do defense now, brother, because right now, in this time when resources seem scarce,
but everybody has shift. Everybody has shift at this moment.
Yeah.
Everybody has shift and I realign them defense.
We need to be making stuff for Africa. And I mean made in Africa for Africans. Because one of the things, with this whole Zimbabwe thing, and they love talking about the destruction because Mugabe took away the land. It destroyed the farming sector. But the thing is, and they make people go hungry. But the thing is, most of these farmers wasn't farming for Africa. They're farming stuff, flowers.
Exactly.
Flowers to send away to Europe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
once they cut off, the foreign market they cut off now, it's tight for the local community.
No, because
indirect. Indirect sabotage,
Them can do the things that they want.
Yeah, but we need to go continental. Continental, we need to go with it.
Yes, sir.
You see it? A shift, we have a shift. Because if we dependent on them, they can easily cut me off and stifle it.
But you see what happened again, the colonial effect what African people under is a way, because when you look and you see ECOWAS against AES, which ECOWAS should have welcome AES, and I said, no man, a long time we need something like this. Come on, make we go side with this and say we are get rid of these colonial powers from behind us. No, them not do that, so that's the problem.
Well, you see,
not with their government and their Western education.
Right now, it's going to be even dreader now because them just ban all of the political parties them in Burkina Faso. So that will create a big issue right now because them say now.
Wasn't this supposed to be election next year or something like this year?
Well, them say right now them suspend all political party. I think something going on this year. Niger get attacked last week at the airport. The uranium get attacked. And I think them respond as the listen, man. The people the enemy is using element in our country. Particularly exploiting the division. A 100 political party. Over 100 political party exists in a Burkina Faso.
Right.
And it create too much division. Them say right now we have to focus on our survival and get our things solidified. So then we can open it back up now to different party, multi-party. But in the transitional stage, we can't get distracted by that.
And guess what? I think they should take as long a time as possible to go to that transitional stage. Because it's very key. And create a foundation for Burkina Faso going forward.
That was key for China as well. That was a key element in China development. That was a key element in China development,
That's what I said, brother.
Not as long, but take as much time as is needed. Don't try to rush through it. You understand?
Yes.
Because me look on China,
is needed.
Yes.
China take with themselves, and build themselves, And
Yeah.
when them
open back up.
open up to the world, they're
ready.
something
ready.
to be reckoned with. You know what I mean? It's a world
Yes.
power.
Yes.
Yeah.
So sometimes you have to make these things, but you have to be strong enough because you're going to be criticized, you're going to be demonized. They're going to come after you now with propaganda now, which have to undermine you. And this is what they want to try to use now. They want to use the propaganda of democracy against you. But then we are aware now that that is a selective persecution because you now use that argument against Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates. You now bring up them thing there, but democracy is non-negotiable. But you want to bring it to African people like we are idiot. You now bring it to Russia, you now bring it to China, but you want to bring it to we. That we have to go along with your
Brother
system.
Lulani,
Brother
have
Dulan,
you,
you know, so we not
Brother
fight there,
Lulani,
right?
have you analyzed
Yeah,
that
man. Him know.
democracy, right? What they call democratic movement or freedom of speech really do exist, right? It do exist, you know. It's something that they say or they promote, but it can exist. You can be democratic and telling somebody else what to do. It defeats the purpose of democracy, having your own right to choose as
The
you
sovereignty.
want, your sovereignty. So there's no real democracy. It's talked
Kidnapping the
about, but it's not
Venezuelan president
exercised.
is not
Yeah,
democracy.
Democracy.
you can be
See,
democratic and telling another country what to do
hey,
or take over their funds or
Bingy.
invade people because of their ideology. That is undemocratic.
Yeah. Bingy,
It is undemocratic.
democracy is what they use to hide capitalism.
Correctly.
Right?
Correct.
And they use
Correct.
and they use it to subjugate other countries.
Correct.
Yes, sir.
Because
That's what
Well, I
they
don't
use.
know
Because
if capitalism is hidden, you know.
no democratic country has ever and will ever, as we know, rise up to be so self-sufficient and you know what I mean, a country a force to be reckoned with. None. It's never happened.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have
see,
some twist and turn in it.
But
the
I
kind
don't
of
know
thing
that capitalism is hidden, you know. I don't know that capitalism is hidden. I think capitalism is part of globalization, right? But
Yeah.
I think if we're looking at, again, democratic or authoritarian, I think right now you can make the argument that authoritarian system is what really exists under the guise of democracy.
you see, they promote this thing where they promote a political version of democracy, but they don't promote an economic version of it.
Right.
Right.
They see the whole the formation of capitalism is based on enslavement and colonization and stolen land and free labor, forced free labor for hundreds of years. Capitalism have a great advantage over every other system because they have had so much for free. And now they're trying to brag and boast that they are the best because they are leading in many indicators only because of the history. You
But
separate them. And just don't
Brother
know.
Dulani,
Yes,
capitalism
sir.
exists in China and is what making China great as well.
No, what you see, China is
Capitalism is a system used in China, the system
no,
of capitalism.
But
okay,
but it's a
hold on.
different
No, no,
farm, you
no,
know,
no, no,
It's a
no,
different
no,
farm,
no,
you know,
no, no,
Bingy.
no. Let me clarify that.
Okay.
Mechanism.
Okay.
Mechanism. China as a country is a communal socialist country.
Yeah.
The foundation, the infrastructure is still centralized and controlled. Most of the major corporate means of production in China is still controlled by the people of China.
Yes.
But what they do, they allow um, enterprises to exist, they allow cooperation to exist, they allow
Private
entrepreneur to
investment.
exist. That doesn't those things that is not necessarily capitalism. The key is where the wealth is being distributed. Is in the distribution of the wealth that's been created and what it's been used for. China used the development of China to uplift people out of poverty. Over 800 million people has been lifted out of poverty since 1949, using various mechanisms within the society to increase productivity, technology,
But
education,
true
building
party capitalism.
rapid development of infrastructure.
Brother Delani,
Capitalism in itself is not what's in place in China. You have mechanism of what you call market mechanism allow many different corporate entities to exist, many different organization of businesses to exist. That's not necessarily capitalism, because the key there is that the wealth that's been accumulated, the value accumulated has been shared across the society to build the society as a whole, not for the
Right.
handful of people to become super wealthy at the
Which,
expense of the
which
majority.
China is a socialist society, which is
It's,
what is promoted in socialism, right?
yes, yes,
Social
and guess what?
systems, that's
And guess
what they
what?
promote,
And and,
right?
and, and China is a planned system. The,
Yes.
the, 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 the
yeah,
development in China is
but
still run by a 5 and 10 year plan,
Brother
centralized,
Delani,
and it's run by the Communist Party of China. They're
Brother
trying to
Delani,
gloss over that point
Brother Delani,
as if, yes, sir.
yeah, politically, them is a socialist thing,
Yeah.
but economically, are still
The
capitalism. Them a
capitalist
deal with.
system.
No, my
Yes,
brother. It's
I.
not a
Yes,
capitalist.
I.
Why? What is
No. Look,
capitalism? What is
okay.
capitalism?
No. You have to understand, capitalism,
Mm-hmm.
the main idea of capitalism is the maximization of profit.
Right.
It's a
Right.
society where the corporations can run the show. The government is on the on the sidelines watching the flow of things and trying to be a referee here and there. But in China, that's not how it runs. China, them set the objectives, they set the plan. Everything you see that's going on, the expansion of the economy is a plan. And within that plan, people can participate in whatever economic organization that they want to participate in. But
Mm-hmm.
the goal remains to develop the society, to
Right.
develop the majority.
Right. So
Because that's the objective. But capitalism don't work for the development of the collective. It works for the development of a
No,
handful
no.
of people.
Yeah, but Brother Dulani, the point is in a social system, in a socialistic system, that is how it's
Yes.
supposed to work, right? Where you uplift the people, right? And the government
but that's still
retains
capitalism.
control.
Them are used to do
And,
it.
but in order to do that or keep that structure, they use what they
Capitalism.
call party capitalism in China because you still
What is
looking.
party capitalism? What is part? I've never heard that term.
Yeah, they use something called party capitalism in China, which basically means that the state, right, is controlling all the money, right, and then distributing it. Unlike in a capitalist society where companies control the money and do as fit, right? It's free, it's for the companies, and you have little state involvement. In China,
Yes,
it's all state involvement.
but
And so
guess what now? On a small level, you have what you call it entrepreneurial operation. But you see the major means of production, you see the resources of China, you see
it's
the
the
national
state.
infrastructure, like the railway, like the highway. Most of those, the ports, those are all central control.
The
It's
state.
but yes, it's by control by state. But the
Yes,
key with China is that China is still a plan. It's nothing is happening by accident.
Yeah, man.
It's all
absolutely.
planned.
But
To
what I'm
to
saying to you is the distribution that we speak about here is how a social system will work, right? Uplifting people out of poverty, all of these things, building infrastructure,
Unlocking the creativity of
development.
the people,
That is
and
a social
building the
structure.
building the institution to unlock the creativity, give them all the opportunity they need to explore their fullest potential. That's
Yeah.
see, but capitalism trying to give the impression that they have a monopoly on unleashing creativity. That you have
Mhm.
to become a capitalist that's based on greed in order for you to be creative and innovative. But
right.
trying to show them say we don't have to be teaching our youth to be greedy, to be creative. We can just give them all the tools and give them all of the vision to say build what you want to build, and they are coming through and they are building because most of the innovators are coming out now. China is creating geniuses
Brother
on a daily
Delani.
Yeah.
basis.
Brother Delane.
Yes, sir.
You know, say 3 stock market them have in China.
To blouse and skirt.
Yeah.
3 stock
Yes.
market them have in China. So that's why I show you, say, even
It's
though they're not doing this on
capitalism.
a social level, the globally, once they turn the economic structure of the world from slavery, the economic structure turned to capitalism, and that are the only, pretty much are the only economic structure
Yeah,
what
it's
exists today,
capitalism.
capitalism.
No matter
But
how
No,
you
no,
view
no.
it, it's
Brother,
capitalism.
politically,
I think what we're doing, I think we
Bring back reason to Zimbabwe.
yeah, I mean, yeah,
Yeah, we're
yeah.
giving me
I
the
mean,
one. I'm trying to we are talking about today. I'm trying to do
okay.
today.
Let me just land on that point about
All right,
that
go
now.
on.
The mechanism. I think we're looking at saying allowing different type of business organization or formation is the same as a capitalist system. I think we need to understand when we're saying capitalism as a system and allowing certain market formation to take place. There's a distinction there. The system itself, the political economic system in China, or anyway that is pushing for socialism, is not capitalism. You may have market mechanism that is implemented on a local level, but nationally and centrally, that's a planned economy. But within the planned economy, you have pockets of these entrepreneurship that they allow to thrive. And most importantly, the education system is geared towards the maximum development of the society and a
Mhm.
collective spirit
Yeah,
and a national
socialism.
spirit. That's
Mhm.
the key. And it's how the wealth is being distributed as well. And the capitalism, the wealth is concentrated in the hands of a few. This is what I'm saying. And
Under democracy. So,
no, no, no.
socialism.
Democracy
Uh,
is the buzzword they use to mask
yeah,
capitalism.
Right.
But you see, all right, let me put it this way. You see, if we are starting from zero, we can start with capitalism. But if you have a 300-year advantage and want to start with capitalism and you have all the wealth, the land, the resources and the wealth and the value, that is a barbarically unequal and unfair system. You can't
mhm.
come start capitalism now. Um, implement capitalism when you have all of the care of them. You have all of the stake and want to impose capitalism. If we want to
That's
start
why they do it so they can keep
you
all
say,
of these things.
yeah, all right. So for instance, China say, okay, we start from zero, everybody start from zero. Let's start capitalism. Not even in Africa anyway. We can run it because we can compete. We can compete on any grounds. But you have to
Mhm.
start with an equal, a level playing field. The capitalist society them is not starting with a level playing field. And that's why I would not be inclined to try to use that and to try to compete with them when they have a distinct advantage over us because of the history. And I land there for now. But we can dissect that point even further as we go
Further.
on
Yeah,
because
man.
in a different episode, because I think we need to get clarity on that. What we mean by
Yeah.
capitalism,
Man,
Just
capitalism, man,
capitalism,
right.
separating. Yeah.
Yeah, but
capitalism
Because
in China.
you know,
Because every country have market no matter what. But let's go to Zimbabwe. Yaga. Zimbabwe,
man.
I say.
I don't think we can have a reasoning without talking about China because everyone
right.
is running to China, and when certain people go to China, it causes a big argument. Now, with the reasoning for Zimbabwe, we are set with the white farmers calling for Trump, and you know the Europeans them used to call Trump daddy, you're my daddy, before him saying one Greenland. See,
Mhm.
I will see him take Venezuela, him agitate for Cuba and create instability in a Cuba where we see them say it's less than 10 days of oil
Mhm.
remaining in a Cuba. So we see him overstepping boundaries, and it's like these things used to happen when the imperialists started taking over some of these lands, which Zimbabwe is a part of, and that is how the white farmers they came into being in part to own this land. It's a serious matter. It's not a joke, and we see all these things that are going on with Daddy Trump and America, as the European call him. So we cannot rule out the possibility of him dipping his tentacles, reaching his tentacles over into Zimbabwe to interfere.
Oh, no, without a doubt. Without a doubt. We can't.
South Africa.
No. I think that's a real threat. That's a real possibility. We can't overlook that.
One of the things though, South Africa is a part of BRICS, which is a threat to, you know what I mean, the whole US hegemony, right? So I could see why him go off South Africa, but I don't know why. What's the big gain from Zimbabwe?
No, the Zimbabwe thing is the white people them.
No,
Trump is a racist.
For him to, you know, to put him hands in it. Why the big game? Because
the resources. It's all about resources.
Yeah, Zimbabwe have resources too, you know.
But those resources.
It's layered though. It's layered because there's a white supremacist element. You have to understand in America, there's a group called the Heritage Foundation that's guiding Trump. And they are based on preserving whiteness around the world and protecting white people. Just like we are saying that we need a global African entity to protect black people everywhere. They look at themselves as the defenders of white people. Wherever they are, we will come to your rescue. And they are in power and they're going to use their power to defend white people wherever they are.
Templars to me.
So whether it be symbolically or whether it be practically, they are there to let white people know that we're here to protect you. And plus, with this argument of white genetic annihilation and the birth rate is going down, they need to preserve as many white people as they can. This is the kind of philosophy that they're pushing, you know, right there in America. So
I will point out to you that they've employed a PR firm, a lobby firm, to lobby.
Africam.
The white farmers in Zimbabwe, I don't know what.
Yeah. The mama group in Africa called Africam, you know. That's the lobbying group.
So
but you might talk about in the US.
If I can bring up the name of the lobby.
But that's the way they work. They work in the US. They work in the US and Europe.
It's the same group, African.
It's an international entity that they use. Yeah. They call Africam, not Africam, not the African Command, you know. The AfriForum, that's what they need. AfriForum. AfriForum is the lobbying group that they use to push their agenda in Europe and America among the senators and the Congress people them and get into Trump ears. They're the one who is feeding Trump with this false information about South African genocide. All this rubbish you see going on is AfriForum is pushing it in America and in the media. AfriForum is the...
Personally, with this issue in Zimbabwe, I feel for the white farmers in Zimbabwe, and I wouldn't mind Donald Trump help them out by taking all of them and bring them to America to keep them safe.
Thank you. Take them all. Take them all of South Africa too.
Take them all of them and bring them to a safe place in America. You know what I mean? Overland, the America can give to them.
But a lot of them white farmers, there is British, right? A lot of
British
them are
Dutch.
And Dutch,
yes. Right? Why ain't crying to Britain or cry to Dutch?
Because I think they're kicking the Mexican them off for the farm them in America. I think they want to replace them with the white farmer them from South Africa.
The great right hope they were called for, the great white hope Donald Trump comes.
Yes.
But remember what happened in that fight. Remember that fight?
So that's the play right now.
Lose the battle, you know.
Is to get them to impose sanctions on Zimbabwe, to cripple Zimbabwe. That's the game play right now.
But they've been crippled Zimbabwe, right? They've been crippled Zimbabwe.
Yeah, I think they just want to go for the juggler now. Just to take them out.
And they always do these things, and people, and something you see these things on the media, and people like, they are so gullible. They sanction these countries, they can't trade, they can't do nothing. And then when the country goes in, you know what I mean, economic.
They blame the leadership.
They blame the leadership. Oh, the leadership is like, is the leadership. No, you do it. And people are so gullible. oh, Mugabe destroyed the country. Look what he did. He destroyed the farming sector because he gave them to Africans.
And
Listen,
there's no food on the shelf. They send BBC in now to record the supermarket them. The shelf them empty. I say, oh, look at this.
yeah.
Look what they done to you.
The propaganda.
I am saying, Brother Lani,
Yes.
Zimbabweans has been in Zimbabwe surviving for centuries, millions
Yes.
of years, surviving
Yes.
without white people. Why
Yes.
do you think that Zimbabwe need white people to survive? If white people are not there farming, all Zimbabwe is gonna go hungry and gonna die. People who are there millions of years surviving on the land.
Yes. Yes.
And people believe those things, you know. Believe those things that because white farmers are not farming, no, like black people don't know nothing about farming. Yeah.
That's an insult. It's an insult, my brother.
Black people don't know nothing about farming, but they went and got black people to put them on slave ship
To work the farms.
across the Atlantic to go and work on the farms. Yeah.
All those farms in South Africa, in Zimbabwe and South Africa is run by black people. All the white people just sit on their veranda and watch.
Sit and point them finger.
That's all they do. Sit and point finger.
But when you sanction the people them and them can't tell them goods, what you think will happen? But this is what they do.
The lobby group that they have is called Mercury Public Affairs LLC. That the white farmers have in Zimbabwe.
What's the name?
Mercury
Zimbabwe?
Public Affairs LLC.
It's a US company they employed, man.
Mercury
Yeah,
Public
Then
Affairs
you would have a forum.
Yeah. Them have one with more access, you know.
Okay. Because I know the Alpha Forum are the big boy, them, you know, them have whole per senator and congressman under them belt.
Yeah, man. So with that reasoning, where I said we started the reasoning, I thought about gaming. And we said in game theory, they try to influence decision making. And they are looking to see where there are issues. Once there's a little issue and they see some division, they will exploit it and amplify it. And that is what they are doing. That is what they are doing now in Zimbabwe, because they want to see the agitation. They want more pressure to be applied on the Zimbabwean government. And I have no doubt that when Robert Mugabe came, he had good intentions and he did well for the people. But I had an issue with him overstaying his welcome. And that is what a lot of our great leaders and our freedom fighters has done. Those who weren't assassinated or those who weren't overthrown. They've overstayed their welcome and they harness too much power and the people rise up against them because the people start rebelling and the revolution is coming. They start pressuring the people and we see the people in the state that they are in now, where the money does not worth the paper that is printed on.
It never has.
Moved away from that in a sense where they started to print in these gold coins because they want to stabilize and stop relying on the currency. But our understanding is that the ordinary people are not benefiting from the gold coin that they have implemented. And we see this call, which is going to apply more pressure. And all the time, these pressure is applied on a country. It is the people who have to pay, and it is the people who feel it. The people are feeling the brunt of this issue. So we are concerned and we are worried by this call by the Zimbabwean white farmers. You understand? Because just think back at how you come into this land, how you became the owner of this land. To the extent now it was returned to its rightful owner, and you still agitate the land.
And for reparations.
And for reparation.
I think it's a disrespect. I think it's an insult. Even
the system them go get it, because them award them 3.5 billion and them give them 3 million already.
And let me remind our audience that the land issue was an issue that was agreed with between the British government and the revolutionaries them after they took over the country. That Britain would be the one compensating the white farmers them if they want to compensate them. That was the agreement that was made in the Lancaster Agreement. Britain now, when time comes, them say, all right, we'll give 20 years to resolve this issue. When the 20 years done, they approach the British government and says,
Payment time.
Payment time. You're going to compensate the white farmer then because we need the land back. British government I say, oh, it wasn't our government, it was the previous government. And then now, and then now, and then now, Tony Blair now in this side say, all right, listen, we need to know who you're going to give the land to when we buy the land, when we compensate the land. We want you to give the land to this, that. We want to tell you where the land must go. The Zimbabwe government says there's no way any sovereign government can love any outside entity to tell us what to do with our land. The land belongs to the people of Zimbabwe. We distribute it how we feel, please. They had a problem with that because they wanted to dictate who get the land. And remember, many of the fighters them who fight at the liberation was expecting to be compensated.
With land.
Just like when them take America, many of the soldiers them was able to get land to build their homestead. And that was a part of rewarding the fighters them. They're telling the British government wanted to dictate to the Zimbabwe government who they should give land to and who should not get land. And that was what caused the whole thing to break down.
Yeah, because Mugabe was a hero in the eyes of the West, before him turned the enemy, And
remember, say he's a knight, he's a knight of the British Empire,
All right. They were in love with him first. Yes. They were in love with him first, but when him start take away land, then nobody like him again.
He was the most, what you call it, titled leader in Africa, if not the world. He had more PhD than anybody else in the world. One of the most intelligent leader on the planet was Mugabe.
Yeah, man. Yeah. When you listen to some of the things them when him talk, man.
The amount of PhD we have.
But no, he was more intelligent before him tried to the land. But after that now, they start talking about propaganda, saying no sense and that kind of foolishness.
Right. Yes. That's correct, my brother.
Mugabe was the human AI before we know about AI.
What you say about the AI, King?
May I say he was the AI because his analogies and his phrases that he used.
Yeah, man. He was sharp in them days, the man. Sharp like razor blade. Yeah, man. But when he go against them now, then he became the villain.
The villain.
What?
Yes.
The praise them after a while, I'll be a foolish. He must say.
In a chat. Yes.
But you always realize that's a common pattern. All these villains are people who were former friends.
Yes.
All these villains. Name them from country to country. People who were former friends,
As soon as you decide you exercise your sovereignty.
You are the man code, when I'm man code. When your clothes are made of cassava leaves, you don't take a goat as a friend.
Hey,
yo, I always go with that.
Hey, no go to the elevator, link back when we reach outside.
Yes, sir. If we're still there.
You take a normal man to come with that, Eh?
Oh,
the man say you stay here too long, man.
Hey,
the man say everybody say that about
Your next one. When one goat get missing, the aroma of a neighbor's soup gets suspicious. You couldn't cook soup all long. And as my goat miss the soup papa bubble.
And good carry a distinct smell to, you know.
It smell nice.
Hey, all the fun it, you know.
Nice.
Hey, remember say, you know, if you eat you grieve, you know, and miss a goat, you know. And you smell one soup. You have to say, wait.
That is
I want to
funny.
know this.
Smell stronger.
Yeah, man.
You're the one of our interview, Mr. President. When you are bidding the people of when are you bidding the people of Zimbabwe farewell? Here Mugabe. Where are they going?
It must be there going somewhere. You're not going
Find the one about the queen. Find the one where him say about the queen, the dada.
Let's see if we find the one there.
Oh boy.
Like them and say, yo, you're there upon the throne too long, Mr. Mugabe.
A true statesman. True statesman.
Yeah, man, Mugabe. One time we just still
I
read them out and laugh, you know.
Yeah, man. Yo.
You had to.
It's true, will stand the test of time, man.
You're the one I know. You're the one I know. If President Barack Obama wants me to allow marriage for same-sex couples in my country, he must come here so that I marry him first.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
Hey, you're the one now. You're the one now. Treat every part of your towel nicely, because the part that wipes your buttocks today will wipe your face tomorrow.
Yeah, man.
Yo, the man just have some ways of putting logic across where you can't argue with it.
Everything when they are logic.
Yeah,
you look on it
man.
and say, oh.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, a real thing, man.
Intelligent.
We have to big up to the people of Zimbabwe. Stay steadfast.
Yeah, stay strong.
Yes,
steadfast in our fight. Rise up. Rise up, because you know say our people power, and we ask leaders to do the right thing to the people them, because Zim can be the great bread basket of Africa again, you know?
Yeah, man, the great bread basket.
We're going to read one final quote from Mugabe before we go. Racism will never end as long as white cars are still using black tires. If people still use black color for bad luck and white for peace, if people still wear white clothes to weddings and black clothes to funerals, as long as those who don't pay their bills are blacklisted and not whitelisted, but I don't care. As long as I still use the white tissue paper to wipe my ass, with that only, I will always be verified.
He hold them in that end. He hold them in that end. I hold them in that end.
Yeah, I'm a tough man.
Yeah, man, do give thanks for the moment. Remember to like, share, and subscribe.
Before I was about big up Ishowspeed on him journey in Africa.
In Africa.
You know what I mean? And don't just sit back and say, boy, you like what Ishowspeed doing. You know, we should all try to visit the motherland as Africans, you know what I mean? Because it's there for all of us to go and visit, and Africa is beautiful, you know what I mean? Just like the rest of the world, Africa is beautiful. But, you know, Africa is home, and your home, you know what I mean? It give you something else, you know what I mean? The connection there with African people. So, yeah, man, big up Ishowspeed, and for the wild farmers, you know what I mean? Get a hold of yourself.
To add to the part about Ishowspeed, the tourism of Africa is seen as boots, them say, according to certain indicators, that this trip is going to do a lot in terms of tourism for Africa. So we look forward to that as well.
Yes, sir. Give thanks.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the chat class. You get me?
And big up African Goddess.
Every time, big up African Goddess. And big up everybody who like, share, and subscribe to the video. Yeah, man, just keep doing it. Yeah, man, bless up. Yeah, we need to have African Goddess on the chat class one of them there, you know.
Yeah, we need.
One day we'll not at work. One day we'll not at work.
Goddess, let us connect.
Yeah, she always says she at work, you know.
Yeah.
And jump in at the chat class and come bring a feminine
energy,
perspective, energy,
conversation.
We need it.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.